Shane, how did you get your name Suge?
As a kid, my mom used to call me Sugar Bear as a kid, and my dad used to call me Suge. So it just kind of, when I got older, my dad just calls me Suge instead of Sugar Bear now. So that's kind of where I got it from.
Does everybody on the team call you Suge?
Yes, sir.
And then how did you come to Arizona? What was your path to the
In high school, I was getting heavily recruited by Deggy and Coach Miller in high school. So when they came to Arizona and I went to Southern Miss, it was more just like I know them already, not getting to know other people. We already had a connection, and I already know what their plan was for me. So it was really that much.
Juan and David, Tyler, for you, what's it been like since last season's opener to where you are now as far as the journey?
I think it's been great. I think the road, my recovery has been super smooth all the way through. I just got cleared the other day fully to be fully back and doing everything. And I think it's just been a steady process of, rehabbing right after the injury happened and then getting back into the football skills as I got further along in my recovery. And so it's been going well.
David and Jason?
How would you describe just what went through your mind on that first play last year?
It was definitely unfortunate, you know what I mean? Like, when you have like aspirations for a season like I had and then they get stripped away, it's obviously super disappointing. But fortunately for me, I've been able to connect more with my faith during the time of rehab, and I know God has a plan for all of us. And so, I'm really trying to trust in that and trust in the process of really just trying to get back as quickly as possible.
Looks like you have a lot of the faith on your sleeve there.
Yeah.
What is that design and what kind of prompted that?
So this is actually from a retreat I went on in high school. I went to Brophy, which is the Catholic high school, and the retreat's called Kairos. And this is the Kairos cross that we get when we come back from retreat, and so that's just something that really means a lot to me. So,
Jason and then Michael?
For Tyler, is there any hesitancy in the back of your mind? I've talked to some guys before that have had injuries, and maybe it's kind of slow getting back there mentally, having the injury in the back of their mind. Is anything like that for you, or how do you kind of get past that?
I feel like for me coming back, especially over the summer, it felt a little rusty. I think there were some movements that maybe it was like, it feels kind of weird to do this again. But I feel like I've worked that out and got to a point where now I don't even really think about my knee when I'm playing anymore, which is I'm super fortunate. And fortunately for the injury itself, happened on a pass pro like blocking scheme, so I don't really have as much of a mental block when it comes to running routes and stuff, which I'm super grateful for.
Shane, how's the competition in the room been so far, and how have those guys kind of pushed you?
Yes, sir. It's been great. I have two older guys above me, just learning from them and them teaching me everything. And I'm teaching them stuff too as well, like just route running and stuff, and then them teaching me the blocking game and just being smarter as a player. It's been really good.
Michael and then Cole?
Shane, who are the guys who you feel like are your mentors?
Definitely Cole and TP. They teach me a lot, like a lot. And then I can say Noah as well. Just watching film with him after practices, it just helps me a lot and just learning the game. Yes, sir.
Coach Miller said that you were sort of a flex position, like a more of a wide receiver-ish
Yes, sir.
player in high school. What has the transition been like from doing that to what he asks of his tight ends?
I would say in high school, I was just mostly blocking on the perimeter, running routes. Against top corners and DBs in the country. So just moving in and play tight end, I always had the mentality to, like, I'm not gonna turn down anything. So I just feel like just learning all the footsteps and footwork and everything, it's been challenging, but it's getting there for sure.
Cole in the back and then Justin?
Tyler, how motivating is it to, they bring in 3 new faces in the room, you miss time, kind of behind the 8 ball in terms of getting up to speed with everybody, but now having a few weeks where you're cleared to get going before the season, how motivating is it to get back out there?
It's super motivating. The guys that Deggy and Miller have brought in are all super talented, and I think Miller would attest to this as well, that the room is in a spot where we're really deep and we have a lot of talent in the room, and so it's really motivating for me to come back and just try to be the best player I can, and kind of use the years that I've put in college football and try to be a mentor for the younger guys and also get mentored by the older guys as well. So it's been really motivating for sure.
Justin and then Juan?
Tyler, specifically with Shane, what's your impressions of him as a player?
I think Shane's an outstanding player. I think he's one of the most athletic tight ends in the room, and I think he does some things in the pass game that I would love to learn from. And I think he's going to be an outstanding player. And I think, from where I was, in my early stages of my college career, like I think Shane's in a really good spot. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do this year.
Shane, are there any tight ends or players that play this position that you study outside of Arizona?
Kyle Pitts, last year in my old school, a lot of the players would call me mini Kyle Pitts, so I used to watch a little bit of his stuff. Yes, sir.
Juan and then David. Tyler, it's pretty well known that Trey Smith, Tay Brown, they're the Mr. Redlines of the program, but Coach Miller said you're a Mr. Redline of the tight end room. What's that connection like with Coach Miller?
I mean, it's great. I think Miller has given me so many opportunities to be aggressive and just really flip my mindset from kind of how I approached the game when I was a younger athlete. I feel like in my first couple years, I didn't really understand that, like, being a violent player and just being physical and just wanting to compete is something that is going to ultimately separate you from the rest of the team and just the rest of the players. And so it's kind of just something that I kind of try to just model my game after that, just having just a violent mentality and just trying to win as much as I can, you know what I mean?
David and Daniel.
Shane, you're one of a number of guys from the South on this team. I think this might be the most guys from the South we've ever seen here in Arizona. What do you think lends to that? Do you think we're this new era of revolution that we're in maybe allows guys to maybe go a little bit more outside their box and further away from home than traditionally we might have seen, say, 10 years ago?
I would say, I mean, I can't really speak of everybody else, but I feel like in my opinion and how I was thinking, I was like, I just kind of like want to get further and further away from home. I want to explore the world, I don't know, that's really what it is to me. I can't really say what everybody else says.
Damien in the back and then Michael.
Tyler, what do you consider to be the most challenging part of just the rehab process and coming back?
I would say just getting back to the speed of the game and just really something that I've noticed that over the past couple of days at camp is just really just being low in my hips and just being explosive from like a lower power stance. A lot of the stuff that I've been doing is in like in rehab wise is in like controlled environments and stuff like that. So just getting back out onto the field, doing like explosive movements like that is definitely something that I'm aiming to work on this camp for sure.
Well, last two, Michael and then Justin.
Shane, you said you like to explore. What have been your impressions of Tucson so far, and how does it compare to previous places that you've lived?
I love Tucson. I mean, last year Mississippi was kind of, so here is just way different, I recently visited Page, Arizona for a break, so it was really nice out there too, something I've never seen before. It was just eye-opening, just a blessing to be able to be in a predicament where I can do that. Yes, sir.
We'll finish up with Justin.
What do you think about the weather in comparison to where you've been at in the past?
Way more, it's way hotter, but it's not as humid, I could say.
Yeah.
It's scorching hot. It's bad.
And what do you like to do away from football?
I like sightseeing, like just seeing new things. I play the game a little bit. That's about it.
Okay. What's your major at the U of A?
Finance.
Okay. What are you hoping to do with that?
As a kid, growing up, I wanted to be a vet because I'm very interested in like animals and stuff. So, and then I was just thinking about it, like it's way more school. It'll be way more school, and I will have to focus on school more than football. So I was like, let me do finance and get the business major so I can own my own vet. Okay. Yes, sir.
What do you think about the culture here at Arizona?
I love it. Like family-oriented, crazy. Everybody just looks at you like they're your son. They're your son. I mean, like they're your dad. Like they just, I don't know how to really explain it, but it's just, I don't know, it's different.
Great. Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.